The glitzy world of Hollywood is full of surprises, where actors can skyrocket to fame one moment and disappear the next. One year they're the hottest name in the industry, and the next, poof, they're gone. It's a world of awards, gossip, paparazzi, drama, talent, and of course, scandals. Sometimes, the next big sensation is someone you've never heard of, while other times, once prominent stars fade into obscurity. Today, we're diving into the stories of some actors Hollywood has seemingly left behind. Elizabeth Berkley is a prime example. Known for her role as Jessie Spano on Saved by the Bell, her attempt to transition to the big screen through the controversial 1995 film Showgirls became a turning point in her career. The NC-17 film, marked by explicit content and poor critical reception, was a box office failure. Berkley's performance was harshly criticized, and the dramatic departure from her wholesome TV image shocked audiences, leading to an unofficial Hollywood blacklist. Despite the backlash, the film's director, Paul Verhoeven, later admitted the blame lay with him and the screenwriter, not Berkley. Roseanne Barr offers another story of Hollywood ostracization, but one of her own making. Once a beloved television icon, Roseanne faced a significant fall from grace in 2018 after posting a racist tweet about Valerie Jarrett, a former advisor to President Obama. The tweet resulted in ABC canceling her revived sitcom, Roseanne. Although Roseanne blamed the incident on the sedative Ambien, her explanation wasn't well received. The controversy deepened when her co-star Sarah Gilbert publicly condemned her actions, which Roseanne claimed destroyed the show and her career. Despite attempts to limit her provocative social media presence, Roseanne's continued behavior eventually solidified her Hollywood banishment. Shia LaBeouf also experienced a dramatic decline in his career due to a string of controversies, starting with a 2017 traffic stop where he made racially charged remarks to a black police officer. Shia's actions sparked widespread criticism. This incident, among others, tarnished his public image and professional reputation. Hollywood is unforgiving, and these stories show how one controversial moment, or several, can change a star's trajectory forever. Despite a brief resurgence in his career with acclaimed projects like Honey Boy and The Peanut Butter Falcon, Shia LaBeouf's troubled past continued to overshadow his successes. The situation worsened when his former partner, musician FKA Twigs, filed a lawsuit against him alleging sexual assault and emotional distress. These serious accusations led to Shia being effectively blacklisted from Hollywood, halting his career and even ending rumored opportunities, such as a potential role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. James Franco also experienced a dramatic career downturn. Once celebrated for his performances, including an Emmy nomination for portraying James Dean and an Oscar nod for 127 Hours, Franco's career was derailed by allegations of sexual misconduct. The first major incident occurred in 2014, when he messaged a 17-year-old girl on Instagram, offering to rent a hotel room after meeting her at a Broadway performance. Despite admitting the incident during an interview and claiming it was an innocent interaction with a fan, backlash ensued. Franco faced renewed scrutiny in 2018 when actress Ally Sheedy made cryptic comments following his Golden Globe win for The Disaster Artist, hinting at inappropriate behavior. These controversies, combined with a distancing from longtime collaborator Seth Rogen, led to Franco's sidelining in Hollywood. His once thriving career has now dwindled, raising questions about whether he will ever make a comeback. Lea Michele, best known for her role as Rachel Berry on Glee, saw her career falter not due to a lack of talent, but because of accusations of off-screen misconduct. During the Black Lives Matter movement, her supportive post about George Floyd's death prompted former co-star Samantha Ware to accuse Michele of making her time on Glee a nightmare, citing microaggressions and specific incidents of unkind behavior. This opened the floodgates for other cast members to share similar experiences, including allegations of racism. The backlash was swift, leading to Michele's partnership with HelloFresh being terminated. The industry's response to the allegations underscored a growing intolerance for harmful behavior, no matter an actor's talent. Randy Quaid, once known for his versatility in both comedic and dramatic roles, faced a tumultuous decline in his career due to legal and behavioral issues. In 2006, he sued the producers of Brokeback Mountain, claiming he was misled about the film's financial potential to secure his performance at a reduced rate. This marked the start of his troubles. By 2009, Quaid and his wife were arrested for defrauding an innkeeper by using an invalid credit card to settle a $10,000 bill. Although Quaid was cleared due to insufficient evidence, his wife was convicted of fraud. These stories illustrate how Hollywood can be unforgiving when personal controversies or legal issues overshadow professional accomplishments. Randy Quaid's legal troubles escalated when he and his wife were charged with burglary in 2010 for illegally occupying a property they once owned, claiming it had been fraudulently taken from them. Their situation became even more bizarre as Randy fled to Canada, seeking asylum and alleging they were targeted by Hollywood star whackers. Despite his claims, Randy's application for permanent residency in Canada was denied in 2013, leading to deportation back to the United States. His career took another major hit when the Actors Equity Association banned him for life, following allegations of physical and verbal abuse from the entire cast of the musical Lone Star Love. These accusations ultimately caused the show's cancellation before its Broadway debut. At 73, it seems unlikely that Randy Quaid will make a return to acting. Jim Caviezel is another actor whose Hollywood trajectory was profoundly affected by a single role. Once a rising star in films like The Thin Red Line and The Count of Monte Cristo, Caviezel's career took a sharp turn after he played Jesus in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ. Despite the film's box office success, its graphic content and alleged anti-Semitic undertones sparked controversy. Mel Gibson had warned Caviezel that the role might lead to him being ostracized in Hollywood, a prediction that came true as Caviezel struggled to secure roles after the film's release. In public discussions, Caviezel recounted how Gibson told him he would never find work in that town again. Although he continues to act in occasional projects, such as Sound of Freedom, Caviezel has not regained his former level of fame, a situation he seems to accept as he distances himself from Hollywood's culture of accolades. Mira Sorvino, an Academy Award-winning actress, faced an unjust career setback due to her resistance to Harvey Weinstein's advances in the 1990s. Sorvino recounted multiple instances of harassment by Weinstein, including an alarming late-night visit to her apartment. Her refusal to acquiesce led Weinstein to reportedly blacklist her, instructing directors like Peter Jackson not to cast her by labeling her as difficult. This covert campaign significantly hindered her career during a crucial period. The truth behind these events surfaced during the #MeToo movement, when Sorvino courageously shared her story, shedding light on systemic mistreatment in the entertainment industry. Today, there is hope that such injustices may become a thing of the past. Dane Cook, a comedy sensation of the mid-2000s, experienced a rapid decline in his career due to poorly received films and controversies. Known for his raunchy humor and high-energy performances, Cook's popularity waned as public interest and industry support dwindled. This marked his effective departure from Hollywood's mainstream spotlight. Dane Cook's decline from one of the most recognized comedians of the mid-2000s to a figure largely sidelined by Hollywood is a cautionary tale of missteps and controversies. Cook's mainstream appeal began to falter with the underperformance of his films Employee of the Month, 2006, and Good Luck Chuck, 2007. Both projects were not only critical failures but also commercial disappointments, earning Razzie nominations and diminishing his credibility as a leading man. The slapstick humor and frenetic energy that once defined his stand-up career did not translate well to the big screen, as critics and audiences began to perceive his comedic style as formulaic and lacking in substance. Adding to his struggles, Cook became embroiled in accusations of joke theft, a severe offense in the comedy world. Prominent comedians like Joe Rogan and Louis C.K. accused him of plagiarizing material, tarnishing his reputation further within the entertainment industry. The controversy reached its peak during an episode of Louis C.K.'s show Louis, where Cook and C.K. addressed the allegations directly in a scripted confrontation. While Cook's participation in the episode was seen as an attempt to rehabilitate his image, the damage to his career had already been done. Attempts to pivot toward more serious roles or other genres fell flat. Films like the low-budget sci-fi 400 Days failed to resonate with audiences or critics, and his venture into television, such as the unaired NBC sitcom Next Caller, was shelved due to creative differences. With no major successes to reinvigorate his career, Cook's once meteoric rise in Hollywood has effectively fizzled out. Monique, on the other hand, faced a very different kind of Hollywood fallout, one tied to her unwillingness to conform to the industry's rigid expectations. After her Oscar-winning performance in Precious, 2009, Monique's refusal to engage in unpaid promotional activities, such as appearances at the Cannes Film Festival, clashed with the traditional award campaign system. While her decision was based on principle, believing her work should speak for itself without the need for costly self-promotion, the industry saw it differently. As a result, powerful voices in Hollywood began to label her as difficult and demanding. Offers for roles in high-profile projects, such as The Butler and Empire, were rescinded and given to other actors. Lee Daniels, who directed her in Precious, later confirmed that she had been effectively blackballed for not playing by Hollywood's unspoken rules. Monique's public criticism of influential figures like Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry during her stand-up routines further alienated her from potential collaborators. Despite her immense talent and critical acclaim, Monique's outspoken nature has kept her at odds with the Hollywood machine, limiting her opportunities in an industry that often prioritizes compliance over candor. Cameron Diaz, meanwhile, represents a rare example of an actor who voluntarily stepped away from the limelight, albeit with some nudges from the industry. Known for her magnetic performances in hits like There's Something About Mary, Charlie's Angels, and The Holiday, Diaz was one of Hollywood's most bankable stars throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s. However, her later career saw diminishing returns. Films like The Counselor and Annie, 2014, received some of the worst reviews of her career, with the latter failing to connect financially or critically despite its nostalgic appeal. These missteps, coupled with Diaz becoming increasingly typecast in roles that didn't challenge her abilities or allow her to explore new creative territory, contributed to her retreat from acting. Yet, her decision was not solely due to waning opportunities. In multiple interviews, Diaz has spoken about her desire to focus on her personal life, pursue other interests, and step away from the exhausting demands of the entertainment industry. Her retirement has less to do with being pushed out and more with a conscious choice to leave the spotlight on her own terms. While Diaz's exit was graceful compared to Cook's controversies or Monique's battles with Hollywood's power structure, all three stories highlight the precariousness of a Hollywood career. Whether through controversies, principled stands, or personal choices, the road to success in the entertainment world is fraught with challenges, and staying at the top can be just as difficult as getting there. Cameron Diaz's retreat from Hollywood was a gradual process influenced by both professional and personal factors. While her later films, such as Annie, 2014, underperformed at the box office, the lack of financial success likely diminished her enthusiasm for pursuing demanding roles. This decline in her movie's appeal made it appear as though she was being quietly pushed to the sidelines in Hollywood, even if it wasn't an explicit decision by the industry. However, Diaz's choice to step away wasn't purely a result of professional challenges. Having achieved financial stability and career success, she reached a point where she could afford to reevaluate her priorities. When asked how it felt to take a step back from acting, Diaz described the decision as transformative, saying, "I got peace in my soul because I finally was taking care of myself." Though fans may never see her return to the silver screen, it seems the break was precisely what she needed for her well-being. Kevin Spacey, on the other hand, faced one of the most dramatic and swift downfalls in Hollywood history. Once a celebrated double Oscar-winning actor and the star of House of Cards, Spacey's career unraveled in 2017 when multiple allegations of sexual misconduct surfaced. The fallout was immediate and severe. He was removed from House of Cards, and his role in All the Money in the World was red-hot with Christopher Plummer replacing him. Furthermore, an arbitrator ruled that his behavior breached his contract, resulting in a $31 million penalty in favor of the House of Cards producers. Although Spacey was cleared of sexual assault charges in a high-profile London trial, where Elton John even testified in his defense, his prospects in Hollywood remain bleak. While there is speculation that he might find work in Europe, as other controversial figures have done, the American film industry remains hesitant to embrace his return. Legal struggles, unresolved civil lawsuits, and substantial financial burdens from his legal expenses add to the challenges of reviving his career. While Spacey has expressed optimism about future projects and claimed some people are willing to work with him, Hollywood's sentiment tells a different story. His path to redemption appears anything but straightforward. Tobey Maguire, once a beloved Hollywood star thanks to his role as Spider-Man, experienced a more subtle decline in visibility. Known for his quiet and introverted demeanor, Maguire's behind-the-scenes behavior sometimes created tension on set. Co-stars like James Franco and Charlize Theron hinted at difficulties working with him, and during the height of his Spider-Man fame, health concerns prompted him to demand changes to the sequel schedule. This reportedly led to him being briefly replaced before industry allies intervened. Although Maguire apologized, his perceived diva behavior lingered in Hollywood's collective memory. Combined with his reputation for being reserved and occasionally difficult, these clashes cooled his reception in the industry. While Maguire has expressed indifference to perceptions of his charisma, it's clear that his low-profile personality hasn't helped his showbiz career. His film roles have become fewer and farther between, and though he occasionally appears in movies, his star power has dimmed significantly compared to his Spider-Man heyday. Bill Cosby is another figure whose Hollywood prospects have been utterly devastated. Released from prison on a technicality after his 2018 conviction for aggravated assault, Cosby remains a pariah in the entertainment industry. Over 60 allegations of sexual assault have marred his once-beloved image as America's dad. Though the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his conviction due to a prior non-prosecution agreement, Cosby's name remains tarnished in the court of public opinion. Industry insiders, including PR strategist Howard Bragman, have emphasized that Cosby is not perceived as innocent, merely technically not guilty. As a result, traditional studios, talent agencies, and media houses have no interest in working with him, citing the stark contrast between his former wholesome image and the severity of the allegations against him. Once a celebrated figure in entertainment, Cosby is now considered toxic, and any future public engagements are likely to be limited to fringe elements of the industry. It seems unlikely that audiences will ever see Cosby on screen again. Stacey Dash, once a beloved 90s darling known for her breakout role as Dionne in Clueless, experienced a dramatic fall from grace as her career transitioned from acting to political commentary. Once adored for her charm and comedic timing, Stacey began to alienate herself from the Hollywood community with her outspoken conservative views and controversial statements. Her shift to a political commentator role on Fox News further distanced her from the predominantly liberal Hollywood culture. Stacey's public remarks, including criticism of Leonardo DiCaprio's environmental activism and inflammatory comments about Black Lives Matter, deepened the divide. Her labeling of actor Jesse Williams as a plantation slave during a heated debate only fueled perceptions of her as a polarizing figure. Additionally, her involvement in the anti-abortion film Roe v. Wade, which pushed conspiracy theories, solidified her reputation as too controversial for mainstream Hollywood. These factors combined to effectively end Stacey's acting career, leaving her as a cautionary tale about how polarizing views can affect professional prospects in the entertainment industry. Megan Fox, once one of the most sought-after actresses in Hollywood, saw her career trajectory shift abruptly following a public fallout with Transformers director Michael Bay. Fox's rise to fame in the franchise made her a household name, but her comparisons of Bay to Hitler in a magazine interview sparked outrage, particularly from producer Steven Spielberg, who reportedly insisted on her removal from the series. This move significantly stalled her career. Behind the scenes, Fox had spoken out about feeling objectified on set, even recounting an uncomfortable audition where Bay allegedly had her wash his Ferrari while he filmed her. Her candidness about these experiences and her refusal to conform to the sex symbol image crafted for her in Hollywood alienated her from powerful industry figures. Publicly branded as difficult to work with, Fox faced backlash not just from executives, but also from her own Transformers crew, who released a letter criticizing her professionalism. Despite these challenges, Megan has continued to work in Hollywood, albeit in less high-profile roles, but the initial momentum of her career has never fully recovered. Lindsay Lohan epitomizes the tragic tale of a young Hollywood starlet whose immense talent and potential were overshadowed by personal struggles and professional missteps. Rising to fame with hits like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls, Lohan's career unraveled due to her erratic behavior, frequent tardiness, and public controversies. In 2006, the CEO of Morgan Creek Productions openly chastised her for missing work, tarnishing her reputation. Even co-star Jane Fonda confronted Lohan on set, admonishing her lack of professionalism during the filming of Georgia Rule. Subsequent comeback attempts were marred by similar issues, including reports of her being a nightmare on the set of Glee. Casting directors and producers became increasingly hesitant to work with her, fearing disruptions and financial risks. While her career largely faded from Hollywood spotlight, Lohan has recently taken small steps toward a comeback with projects like the Netflix rom-com Irish Wish. Time will tell if she can fully regain her footing in the industry. Wesley Snipes, an action star once celebrated for films like Blade and White Men Can't Jump, experienced a sharp decline in Hollywood due to a mix of professional missteps, legal troubles, and outspoken advocacy. Snipes' willingness to call out racial biases in Hollywood made him a controversial figure, though many praised his bravery. However, this advocacy coincided with a series of poorly received films in the early 1990s, which diminished his star power. Adding to his woes, a high-profile incident in 1991, where Snipes was racially profiled and wrongfully arrested by the LAPD, negatively impacted his public image. On set, Snipes was rumored to be difficult to work with, and his decision to turn down roles, such as a sequel to Major League, further hindered his career trajectory. Legal issues, including a conviction for tax evasion in the late 2000s, compounded his struggles, leaving him sidelined in Hollywood. Though Snipes has made occasional returns to acting, his former glory remains out of reach. Armie Hammer, once seen as a leading man with roles in films like The Social Network and Call Me by Your Name, faced a stunning fall from grace due to a series of allegations that surfaced in 2021. Hammer's career came to a screeching halt when disturbing messages allegedly sent by him were leaked, containing violent and explicit fantasies. Accusations of sexual assault followed, further damaging his reputation. As the scandal gained traction, Hammer withdrew from several high-profile projects, including a film opposite Jennifer Lopez, and was dropped by his talent agency, William Morris Endeavor. While Hammer denied the allegations, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office announced in 2023 that it would not pursue charges due to insufficient evidence. However, by then, Hammer's reputation was irreparably damaged. Reports indicated that he had shifted to alternative livelihoods, including working as a sober companion. Despite his insistence on rebuilding his career, Hollywood appears to have firmly closed its doors to him. These actors' stories illustrate the various factors, personal choices, professional challenges, and public controversies that can lead to a career's decline in Hollywood. Which of these stars do you miss seeing on screen the most? Let us know.